Hi everyone, my name is Damien Christopher Warsavage. I'm one of your 9 school board directors here in Upper Darby School District. I'm also a former alumni, graduate of Upper Darby class of 2003, and thank you for coming to my Ask Me Anything. First question is, Twitch_TaserBrute asks, what year did you graduate from Upper Darby High School and how much did you enjoy being in it? Well, I graduated from the high school class of 2003. Honestly, I'm a nerd, and I'm an introverted nerd, but I'm a cool nerd. And I love libraries, I love being in school, and I loved all of my high school years. So, well, for the most part. Harinder asks, what's your favorite breakfast? Well, when I actually remember to eat breakfast, biscuits and gravy with chipped beef. That's always a really, really good breakfast. Or like a bagel with lox. Those are definitely good. I love salmon. C. Kennedy 124 asks, what inspired you to run for office and what is the toughest part about being a school director? Well, as far as what inspired me to run for office, was the need for me to see someone that looked and sounded and felt like me in a position of authority. And so by becoming an elected official, thanks to the grace of the community, I'm able to be the first of hopefully many examples of people coming through the community that represent brilliant, vibrant segments that might not have been on these seats previously, but are going to be shining examples of what is possible. So that's exactly why I came to running for office. And what is the toughest part about being a school director? Easy. Disappointing people. Not to take other things for granted in the state and federal level, but we've got a lot going on here and we can't afford to fail. And even though not every disappointment is necessarily my personal fault, I take everything that happens here extremely personal, the good and the bad. So that's probably what the most difficult part about being a school director is, the disappointment, handling disappointment, or at least what I feel is disappointment, even if it might not actually be, because you can't save the world, but I'm sure as hell gonna try. Dalpuri asks, do I prefer dogs or cats? I have 4 cats. I would like a dog, but my husband won't let me get one. Luca JW asks, do I like Radiohead? Who doesn't? Sadie Thomas asks, how do you see yourself connecting with all the students and the families that you serve? I do have a couple of different ways of being able to do that, among others. By function of being a school board, we have those couple of meetings per month, but that's definitely not enough in terms of establishing that kind of relationship. I try and volunteer as much as I possibly can, especially to causes within the township. I love getting together with tree tenders of Upper Darby and donating to them and spreading awareness for their causes that they support. I also like to connect with other members of the community through outreach events with the Collinbrook United Church. And just getting out into the community and having your face seen is really just so important because, again, it's not enough to have multiple meetings, and emails are awesome, but not everyone reads those either. And when the community actually sees you, that you're physically invested in what it is that they care about, whether it's handing out a free meal or playing video games with their kids, it's just all about putting yourself out there because you get what you give. And I'm giving my all, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Ram Lamb asks, soccer or football? I'll get hurt at both, so I'll say no. And last question is Jess_Conley78 asks, what legacy do you want to leave at Upper Darby School District? Well, aside from the fact that I hope someday, while my mom is still alive to see it, I make it onto the Wall of Fame, I would definitely like to say the legacy that I want to make sure that I leave behind is that queer, openly queer, people of color who are nerds, who are introverted, can be kind, can be gentle, can be complicated, can be frustrating, but they're so deserving of love, they're so deserving of success, and they're so deserving of an opportunity to set an example. And I'm so glad that my opportunity to set the biggest example on the biggest stage that my life is ever gonna know, this school district, I get to show every one of you guys, every single day, every single moment of my service, what it meant to be raised by John and Marilyn Christopher and to set that example and to say, you know what? He was raised by decent parents. He's a good man. It's an example worth looking at. And so that's what I hope to be relaying as my legacy, which is basically how I was raised. Thank you very much, everyone, for all these Ask Me Anything questions. Thanks, guys.